Welcome to my training plan video tutorial. This one will be all to do with Photoshop based on the initial pitch that I've put in here. Image Remix, getting started with Adobe Photoshop, introduction to digital imaging. The main objectives will be to navigate around the Adobe workspace, Photoshop workspace, file management including opening, saving, importing, etc. Using the selection and crop tools to prepare an image, using the magic wand and eraser tools, as well as the fill options to alter a background. And I'll talk about some resources at the end. So here we are in Photoshop. You can see all the tools down the left hand side. You've got all your normal sort of menu items up the top, file and edit being the main ones, and Windows, another pretty important one to switch on and off different property panels and things like that you'll get to know about the more you get to use Photoshop. Over on the right you've got things like the history, so it's like an undo area of all your steps since you've opened a document, different properties, and also importantly the layers palette, which you'll use quite a bit when you have multiple layers for different images and text and all the rest of it, which is what is the power of Adobe Photoshop. Here you have the color palette, but it's also over on the left, down the bottom as well. Okay, so the skills I want to teach you, I'm just going to take you through now. So we're just going to open up, just go to File, Open, and find the image you need. In this case it's the snowboarder. And we've got this image, we obviously need to rotate it. So make sure you're on your selection tool, which is the top one, or remove tool. It actually pops up and lets you know what it's called, as you can see there. So once you're on that, you can then go to image and image rotation, work out which way you want it to turn. In this case, I want it to go counterclockwise. Oops. My mistake. Image rotation, so 180 degrees, just to fix that. I did that on purpose, of course. Okay, so once you have it the right orientation, the next thing I would like you to do is grab your crop tool. You can see it, it's the fifth one down. Again, the little pop out comes up to let you know what it is. You'll notice the bounding box around the outside. You can use that, or if it's easier, you can just click and drag your own box and then just customize it to suit whatever size you want. Once you're happy with that, you can either press the tick up the top, or you can just press enter on the keyboard. To zoom in a little bit, Control+ is a good keyboard shortcut to remember. So I'm going to get in a bit close. The idea here is to change the blue sky to a different color. So I'm going to find my magic wand tool, which is here. If it is hiding, you just hold the mouse down and you can get to it that way. But there it is. I'm going to select all the blue, so because I can't get it all at once, I'm going to hold Shift and click in the other blue sections carefully so I don't touch the snowboarder himself. Once I've got all that selected and the marching ants are around it, it's as simple as going to Edit, Fill, and then change this to color unless you wanted a white background. Then you go to color, scroll through, depending what sort of color sky you want. I'm going to go for red. So there it is there. I've chosen red. You can see it over here as well in the color palette. And press OK. And there you have the change in background. Okay, so once you're happy with the change background, all you need to do now is save your document. So I'm just going to go to Save As, just rename it from the original, which I have already. You've got JPEG as the format at the moment. You can also choose things like Photoshop PDF or probably Photoshop PSD, which maintains all the layers, which is really important if you want to go back and make specific changes to things like text and various layers as well. So just press save. Now this is the quality settings, so you can choose from low, medium, high to maximum. I'd recommend keeping it on maximum unless you've got a storage space problem, but that's definitely really important. So press OK there, and that's it for the Photoshop side of things. The only other thing is if you want to move on and do some more online tutorials, there's endless possibilities. So you've got the Adobe Photoshop Help X section, which has all the different programs. You've got Getting Started, Tutorials, and User Guide. You can also go to good old YouTube, and there's thousands of different videos you can choose from. Just make sure they're decent ones. So look at the views and also the ratings. And lynda.com, if you've got a subscription. Even if you don't, you can watch some of the initial videos to get you started. And with a subscription, you can obviously see everything. I hope you've enjoyed the video demo of mine on Adobe Photoshop. Thank you.